Alright, I guess it'll be a YouTube video. Yeah, should have used the other camera though. But anyway, doesn't really matter. Getting a very late start. Alright, sort of a nothing junk video, I think. Just kind of an update video. Why not? Anyway, I've been working on more of that indexing stuff of, different groupings of videos. And, well, anyway, there's 3 versions I'm playing with, and, I'll probably cut it down to 2 eventually, but anyway, 2 that are active. So I did figure out how to get around the new, whatever, YouTube format page thingy, so it seems to work. But anyway, so yeah, links below to those things for what they're worth. I have to modify them to screen out the redundancies and the junk. Well, the junk. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, family video. I did post a little family video, movies, old movies. So that's kind of, I don't know, they're kind of, I found it watchable, but it has me in it. Yeah. So anyway, and I like, on my website I can have the music without worrying about the copyright crap. So that's kind of nice. So anyway, post that link. What else? I guess that's it. Alright, so general videos. Yeah, I'm going to do a response to Piero on the Draft Science channel. Talking more about this physics crap. And, polarized light and, what exactly matter is. I really don't buy this whole wave thing. Just, the wave's got to be made out of something. There's got to be a medium they travel through. It just doesn't, I just don't buy it, It's, lots of things can mimic the function of a wave without being a wave. So, I think it's, yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, so I'll try to argue for something else. Alternative description of the reality. Anyway, but all this physics gets so convoluted because of that stupid quantum mechanics. Because it's basically math that, moves whole equations through the equation. Because it doesn't resolve for the undeterminable. And because it doesn't resolve for the undeterminable, it has to remain kind of a big thing, a big variable. Because it's a probability equation. But anyway, let's not even get into that crap. I really am getting a way late start. Be walking home in the dark. Anyway, move along, feet, move along. Anyway, alright, so the other stuff I want to get to was, Korean's made a couple of videos on this agnostic atheism thing. They're very good videos. I mean, she makes good arguments, throws in a little entertainment value and such, but they're kind of long videos, and it just seems like, why do we have to argue this hard over something that seems so obvious? It'd be just silly they're using this argument that somehow we don't have knowledge that there isn't a God. Well, the absence of the God is the default. Knowledge of its existence must come through some kind of knowledge. And they don't have any knowledge. It's the absence of knowledge that makes you vulnerable to the God delusion. The more information and knowledge you have, the less likely you are to conclude God done it. You're not even going to imagine a God. Because you're going to say, this is unintelligent design. Not intelligent design. There's no justice or fairness or grace or beauty built into this thing. It's brutal and harsh. And, so, intelligence wouldn't have anything to do with this. It just wouldn't. It's a logical argument. It's circumstantial evidence, but it's rock solid circumstantial evidence. It's as solid as our evidence for almost anything we're going to contend to be a truth. If you're going to get more elaborate than saying water is wet, you're going to have to draw conclusions based on something other than some sort of absolute, perfect proof. There is no such thing. So anyway, it's a silly argument because, you know, these agnostic atheists would have to be agnostic on everything. And that's just silly. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think they're agnostic on whether or not there's a high probability that rape is not a good thing or a good idea. I think they can figure that out, that there's no twist or turn in the actual universe where actually it's a good thing to rape women. No, I think they know that without any reasonable doubt. And there's no proof. No need to prove it. Somebody who's making a counter argument that harming something is a good thing. They're the one with the extraordinary claim. They're the one that needs the proof. So, whatever. Now I'm making a long video. But it really shouldn't take much of an argument. I mean, I still say, if you know, there's only two kinds of people, atheists and assholes. I mean, if you can't say you're an atheist, plain and simple and straightforward, without any equivocation, then yeah, you're lame and you suck. Yeah, that's all. So anyway, let's see, what other videos were there. I know there was something other kind of crap, but Heron Church made a couple more snarky videos. Whatever. Yeah, I have done the cause of antinatalism so much harm. I think if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be quite as many people talking about it, but whatever. You know, make me the bad guy. Fine. What else? I guess that's it. So anyway, Derived Energy made a video, and he ended it, you know, it's just his antinatalism statement for the collaboration video. And at the end he said, state of mind, you know, use that phrase. And that one's a good one. So I was thinking of doing a video for the other kind of video, the unmentionable, you know, on mood. And so that's sort of related. So hopefully I won't trespass on that other video I intend to do. But anyway, state of mind, you know, because it sort of relates to this whole atheism, agnostic thing. It relates to the whole perception of what's happening. It even relates to, you know, looking at the old movies of myself and how you transition from these different states of mind. You know, one day you're crying, one day you're laughing. You know, you have different states of your being, where you're satisfied and comfortable, or where you're uncomfortable and irritable. That's more related to the mood thing, but there's also this evolution of perception. And Heron Church even mentioned that in one of his videos, the idea that you maturate through your life. And he didn't exactly say it this way, but there's that the charm of innocence, you know, of ignorance that you have when you're young, where it all seems very exciting, you know, because you really haven't played the game before, so it's all kind of new. It's like the first time you watch a movie, it's a different experience than the fifth or sixth time. It's not necessarily better, but it certainly has a more powerful potential, because you can be surprised and you can be more is likely to get provoked. Certainly seeing something more times, you can reflect on more detail, because you miss so much when it's just racing by. And I guess youth does that to us in a way. It races by before we can gain enough perspective to do much with it, to temper our passions and recklessness. And you know, it's just another one of these tragic truths of existence that just demonstrates there's no intelligent design. You know, the fact that when we're at our strongest physically, we're at our weakest mentally, doesn't make much sense. So what else? Yeah, so anyway, so it's all this all this is just a perspective creates your state of mind. And now we're back to some sort of glass half empty, glass half full kind of thing, where we overlay our perspective, and our perspective also influences us emotionally. So that sort of gets to that stupid English, I know that Goethe guy, because that's, he's arguing for all this psychology crap that, that somehow I'm anti-natalist because my psychology compels it. Well, I can just make the simple counter argument that, there's a response to him on the website, really not very polite, I have to admit. My response certainly wasn't. But his whole invasions and his whole insinuations that somehow he's going to speculate on whether I was an abused child or something, it's just such bullshit. It's, you're allowed to express an opinion, without being subjected to that kind of nonsense. Like I have to prove the non-existence of the boogeyman you've thrown in the room. It's just like the God delusion. Somehow it's my obligation to prove he doesn't exist. Sorry. If you're going to speculate, asshole, you ought to have some sort of evidence to do it with. So anyway, regardless, the point is that my state of mind is also created by how this impacts me. There's just no doubt about it. And so my psychology could be a reflection of the fact that I'm not looking at the world through a rose-colored filter. I'm not, I didn't have, I wasn't conditioned to be comfortable and to play along, to be one of them, and always having that perception of a bit of an outsider, a little bit of a black sheep kind of perspective, did temper me, did give me perspective, did give me a discipline that most other people don't have the advantage of, because I could spend time analyzing, and rather than being caught up in it, I could reflect on it and try to figure out what part of it was the problem. Was I broken, or was the world broken? And as I got older and older, it started to become clearer and clearer that no, there's nothing wrong with me. There's something profoundly wrong with this game we're playing. The waste is just inexcusably stupid. Just for a notion, for a state of mind, in defense of a state of mind, which is I want to believe in life. I want to believe in the future of the human race. I want to think little Earth will be all green and fluffy and flowery long after I'm dead. To achieve that comforting state of mind, and that's all it is, a state of mind. I'm going to be comfortable because I somehow think it's going to be okay. The future's going to be okay. So we justify all the downside risk, all the suffering imposed, just to maintain that state of mind, that contrivance. Just doesn't seem very sensible. Guess this got washed in here the last big flood. Maybe I'll make a Christmas hat out of it. It looks very Christmassy. Yes, my Christmas hat. Anyway, yeah. Oh, it is. It's the pole. The inmendham pole. Yeah. It points which direction? I guess it's guess we're broken. We lost our magnetic center. Anyway, you could use some decorations in these trees, little blinky lights and such. Very nice. But see, again, state of mind. What comforts us? What gives us a notion that it'll be okay, or it's all right, or this is preferable. And that's all we're arguing really about. You people, most of you people, are comfortable with the notion, that things will just keep running through this gauntlet into the grist pile, and that, and I have a state of mind that finds that so depressing and discouraging and sickening, and it just drags my state of mind into a morbid and dismal place, because that's not a good thing. Knowing that this is just going to get all retreaded, it's going to just things are just going to keep marching into traffic, onto the train tracks. How do you feel good about that? It's like running the train wreck over and over and over in your head. I mean, how can you have a comfortable state of mind or state of being, if you've got this little film running, it just goes on over and over and over, the pointless, stupid suffering, just so some people can feel comfortable, can have a comforting state of mind and think everything's going to be all right. And if it's not going to be all right, they don't care, I guess. They're certainly not going to offer any rebates or refunds. Their apology for being wrong it won't be cashable anywhere. Apologizing to the graveyard really doesn't, that's only for your benefit. It's not going to do them any good. It's not going to undo what was. So on you, buttheads. Wow. I don't know, is that, they're adding a whole hunk to the house. A whole hunk. Look, it's a hunk. It's a, nasty time of year for building. But, people gotta work. So, it's good, I guess they got work. But it's cold for hammering and such. That'd be nice. Yep. Got a bunch of little nasty kids and shit over there. Eek.